Hi, I wanted to do a quick little fall tour on what I've been doing and what I'm getting ready to do for the South Florida fall garden season. So I'm in like 10A, the very tip of what we would consider South Florida on the East Coast. So I'll show you everything that I can kind of grow. So I'm kind of doing some warm season crops and getting the cool season crops kind of ready and growing too, so because hopefully I can protect some stuff and keep some stuff going, and then if things die, at least I tried. All right, so here we go. I'll show you what I've been doing. So a couple weeks ago I seeded just like this in a tray like this a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes, and then up potted them, and then some did fabulous, others are struggling. So I don't quite understand the difference between fabulous and not fabulous and what's happening here, but we've got a couple of each variety, so hopefully some will hold on. And so these are looking like they're ready to get potted up soon. And I learned this trick from somebody else that I follow on YouTube, to put forks in it so the rain or heavy rain doesn't beat them down, which it could be some of the problem here possibly. So they still get airflow and the rain doesn't bother them too much. So that's there. My little dollar store pot thing is doing okay. Got some Swiss chard that held on through the summer, some other stuff that looks sad. Up in this tray pods, I've got some peppers that I transplanted in, and kind of, they started in a shadier area. Now they're working their way out into the sun, and then I'll put them in the yard soon. Just some marigolds here growing for the summer. I just seeded some beets here, so we'll see how they do. We have a basil that's hung on through the summer, another different variety of basil here, and I got some kohlrabi that just little seedling popped up. Hi little guy. Some struggling peppers in the back here. Some beans that I tried for the summer, and no beans. They produced little flowers here, but I don't know, no beans on there. Just seeded some onions here, so we'll see how they do in this area. Also seeded some onions in a different area. Some lettuces are all popping up in here. It might be too early in the season for those, but we'll see. They're kind of in a big shady spot here. So this is under a big tree that some of these things are a little more slow growing for the summer because they are so or for the winter, excuse me, because they are so shaded, but it just takes a little longer. They get there eventually. And Swiss chard here. And then I got my little strawberry tower. That thing seems to be doing really well right here. And then, you know, a bunch of fruit trees in the yard. Up here on this hill, we've got little watermelon seedlings, some flowers. Oh, I skipped this area, sorry. So I have, oh hey bluebird, this is my fenced in, what I call my swimming pool garden, because we didn't get a swimming pool. But I fenced in a little garden area the size of the swimming pool that I wanted, so I call it my swimming pool garden. So I'll take you in there, but I got a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. And just so that I have a plethora of stuff, I started some stuff out here on the other side. So I've got a couple peppers here. I just put in the ground a bunch of zucchinis, and I will try to insert the video of how I just scoot all the mulch over and then plant some seeds, and then kind of leave it exposed. The rain has washed a bit of the mulch back down in here, but the seeds have still found their way up. So I always put down some fresh bagged compost, bagged soil, and then stick the seeds right in that, because the mulch is a couple inches deep, which would really drown out. So right under here, I'll just show you, is some soil. Right there. So the rain just kind of washed it over. But as it gets bigger, then I'll cover it with mulch again. So that's kind of how I reseed. I seed stuff in the mulchy area. So collards are here. Got some beans here, which I didn't cover, and then the bunny rabbits ate. So Now I have them covered, but as they get big enough, the bunny rabbits won't kill it when they eat it. Mustards, I have those covered, but I don't think they usually eat those. And of course, I think every seed popped up, so that'll get thinned out. And I'll move them around the yard because they do pretty well. And I've got a pattern of red, green, red, green. It's fun. Okay, so I've got an eggplant over there, some basils, a tomato that popped up in a pot. I didn't plant this one, so I'm assuming it's the Everglades tomato that's popping up all over. Because that took a little while to get established, but once I got it, I had it. So we had the Everglades tomato popping up all over the yard now. It is very fun and fantastic. So, okay, back to the tour here. This area has a little invisible fence that I have to fix. The dog's been walking right through it, so we'll see. But I've had the sweet potatoes going for 2 seasons in a row, so I'm going to maybe harvest all those and then start sweet potatoes over here, and then put the maybe brassicas over here in an invisible fence, just trying to get a lot of things that I can share. Down here is where I'm going to try to do some of the tomatoes this year. So this fell over. It's sun hemp that's producing these beautiful flowers, and I wanted to get them to produce seeds and save the seeds. So I'm kind of like just leaving it here because it's mainly just taking up the walkway. But along the fence I've seeded a bunch of cucumbers. So you see, I'm a little cucumber guy. This thing looked like it was dying. My baseball bat gourd, Cuckoozy gourd. See, it was just looking horribly sad. But now it's got some new leaves and producing some new flowers. And here's a baby gourd. So maybe I'll get a couple more rounds out of that before it comes off. So hopefully, there's another one right there. He's so cute. Oh, Matt, get a couple of those. Everything else is kind of going to be all over. Onions. I put the onions in here. And then these. Oh, look at these. I'll show you these. I didn't plant these. These popped up. And I cannot remember what variety of tomato I had right here last year. And an okra. So, those will probably do fabulous right in place. So those are definitely going to be staying there. So I think that's... Oh, hold on. Pause. Okay, the seating area, the other area. Okay, a couple fabric bags that I brought from the classroom setting. So they live here now. And I got a pepper, some onions in that one. A pepper, some basil, toothache plant that started looking sad because it has a colony of ants living in the bag. I have to deal with that. But the toothache plant is such a cute little plant. This pepper here. I got some trees I need to plant that are hanging out along here. The sad pepper over there. Okay, so here's all on like a little seeding area. So this is in a shadier spot. So I start a whole bunch of seeds in propagation. So here's some beans where I was checking out the soil to make sure that it was fine. It wasn't contaminated in any way. Some other peppers. I got some dill. So I've got some broccoli coming out that's getting started that I'll plant out in that area. So I'm trying to get them, well established before I put them out in the yard, because in the yard there's a lot of roly-polies and they will just annihilate baby plants. So the cucumbers, I tried to do 3 seeds in each hole, so most of them 3 came up. There's already been some cutworms that lost some for that. A roly-poly will get 1 or 2, and hopefully one will still grow. So that's what I'm doing for the fall. I'm sure I've left something out accidentally. But But I'll take you along for the ride, show you what I'm doing. Just trying to show what I'm doing in case anybody's looking for somebody in this zone. I searched and searched and searched and really was having a hard time finding somebody that's kind of in South Florida. I got lots of Central Florida people that are doing a fabulous job. Love watching them on YouTube. So I just thought, and also I keep forgetting what I do from year to year, what was successful. So I thought, hey, if I take a video, then I can watch it, because I'm not very good at writing things down and then going back and I've lost what I've written down. And so I think this is going to help me and you. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. What are you doing? What are you looking for? You gonna get it? Get it. All right. My head's chopped off. Hold on.